Deep within the Australian Outback lies a gemfield unlike any other, a place where fossickers search for orange, pink, purple and golden gemstones hidden amongst the dust. A place where crystals worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars can be recovered with nothing more than a shovel and a sieve. But the real mystery isn't the gemstones, it's the rocks they came from, because these zircons formed within one of the rarest igneous rock types on Earth. A rock so unusual that only a single active volcano on the planet is known to erupt anything remotely similar today. This is the story of Mud Tank, Australia's extraordinary zircon field, and one of the strangest geological discoveries in the Outback. About 150 kilometres northeast of Alice Springs, hidden amongst the rugged ranges of Central Australia, lies one of Australia's most unusual gemstone localities. At first glance it doesn't look particularly remarkable. There are no towering mountains, no dramatic cliffs, no active mines stretching across the horizon. Instead, visitors encounter a landscape of low hills, dusty tracks and sparse desert vegetation. Yet beneath this seemingly ordinary terrain lies a geological story that reaches deep into the Earth's interior. A story involving one of the rarest rock types on the planet. A story that created one of Australia's most famous gemstone fields. Today the locality is best known for its zircon crystals. Collectors travel from around the world to search for them. Fossickers spend days digging through weathered soil in the hope of finding brightly coloured gemstones. Orange, pink, purple and golden crystals. Some even display multiple colours within a single stone. And unlike many gemstone localities where beautiful specimens are rare, a surprisingly high proportion of mud tank zircons are suitable for cutting and polishing. When transformed into gemstones, they can be spectacular. In fact, many people who see a well-cut zircon for the first time assume they are looking at a diamond. The comparison is understandable. Zircon possesses remarkable optical properties. It bends light strongly. It disperses light into brilliant flashes of colour, and in some cases, it can rival gemstones worth many times more. Yet despite its beauty, zircon remains largely unknown outside geological and gem collecting circles. Most Australians have never heard of Mud Tank. Fewer still understand why it exists. Because the real story isn't a zircon. The real story is the rock that created it. To understand Mud Tank, we need to travel back hundreds of millions of years, long before humans arrived, long before Australia looked anything like it does today. At the time, the rocks that now form Central Australia were already ancient. The region forms part of the Arunta Block, one of Australia's oldest geological provinces. Its history stretches back more than 1.7 billion years. Throughout that immense span of time, the crust was repeatedly buried, deformed, heated and uplifted. Mountains rose, they eroded, continents collided and they rifted apart. The rocks preserved within the Arunta Block record some of the most complex geological histories anywhere in Australia. And somewhere within this ancient crust, something unusual happened. Deep beneath the surface, a strange magma began to form. Most igneous rocks are dominated by silicate minerals. Granites contain quartz and feldspar. Basalts contain pyroxene and plagioclase. These are the rocks most people learn about in school. But the magma that formed Mud Tank was different. Very different. Instead of being dominated by silicate minerals, it contained unusually high concentrations of carbonate material. The result was a rock known as Carbonatite. Carbonatites are among the rarest igneous rocks on Earth. Only a few hundred examples are known globally. Many geologists will spend their entire careers without ever seeing one in the field. For decades their existence was controversial. The idea that carbonate-rich rocks could crystallize directly from magma seemed impossible. Many geologists believed they had to be sedimentary in origin. Then the evidence became overwhelming. Carbonatites were real, and some of the world's most unusual geological deposits were associated with them. Rare earth elements, niobium, phosphate, vermiculite, exotic mineral assemblages. Again and again, carbonatites proved capable of concentrating unusual elements and minerals. Mud Tank became one of Australia's most important examples. The intrusion itself consists of several pipe-like bodies extending across the landscape. Together they form a geological system unlike almost anything else in the country. As the carbonatite cooled, minerals crystallized from the magma. Among them were zircon crystals. These zircons would become the treasure for which Mud Tank is now famous. But their journey was only beginning. Over immense periods of time, the carbonatite was exposed to weathering, rain, wind, temperature changes, chemical alteration. The softer minerals gradually broke down. The intrusion began to disintegrate, yet the zircon survived. Zircon is an extraordinarily durable mineral. It resists weathering, it resists chemical attack. While the surrounding rocks slowly disappeared, the crystals remained. Eventually they accumulated within the weathering soil surrounding the intrusion. Nature effectively performed its own mineral processing operation, removing unwanted material, leaving behind concentrations of resistant gemstones. This process continues to this day. Visitors searching the area commonly focus on locations such as Zircon Hill and Specimen Hill. These names provide a clue to the significance of the locality. The hills are littered with geological treasures. Weathered material can contain zircon crystals in a remarkable variety of colours: orange, honey yellow, brown, pink, purple, colourless, party-coloured varieties. Some occur as sharply formed crystals, others appear as water-worn fragments. Many are found through simple digging and sieving. The accessibility of the gemstones has helped establish Mud Tank as one of Australia's premier fossicking destinations. Unlike many gemstone localities that require expensive equipment or specialised knowledge, Mud Tank offers visitors a realistic opportunity to recover genuine gemstones. And every crystal carries a story that began deep within the ancient Carbonatite intrusion. Yet the zircons are only part of the geological fascination. The existence of the Carbonatite itself raises important questions. Why did it form? Where did the magma originate? And why are Carbonatites so rare? Although researchers continue to investigate these questions, most Carbonatites are thought to originate from unusual melting processes within the Earth's mantle. The mantle beneath continents is not uniform. Different regions contain different chemical compositions. Under the right conditions, small degrees of melting can produce magmas enriched in carbonate components. These unusual melts may rise rapidly through the crust before crystallizing as Carbonatite intrusions. Their rarity suggests that very specific conditions are required. This helps explain why so few examples exist worldwide. In fact, the rarity becomes even more striking when we consider the modern Earth. Today, only one active volcano is known to erupt Carbonatite lava, Aldonyo Lengay in Tanzania. Its eruptions are unlike anything else on the planet. The lavas emerge at unusually low temperatures. They appear black when fresh, then rapidly weather to pale colours after exposure to the atmosphere. It is one of the strangest volcanic systems known to science, and yet it provides a glimpse into the processes that may have helped create ancient Carbonatite lavas such as Mud Tank. The connection transforms the way we think about the Zircon Field. Rather than being simply a gemstone locality, Mud Tank becomes evidence of a rare geological process operating deep within the Earth. A process that has occurred only rarely throughout geological history. A process capable of creating unique rocks and unusual mineral deposits. And that brings us back to the zircons themselves, because every gemstone recovered from Mud Tank is ultimately a product of those rare mantle processes. Without the Carbonatite, there would be no Zircon Field, no Fossicking destination, no colourful crystals scattered across the desert landscape. The gemstones are merely the surviving remnants of a much larger geological story, a story written deep beneath an ancient continent, involving one of the rarest rock types on Earth, and a story that continues to attract visitors more than 80 years after the locality was first explored. Today, the diggings remain active. Fossickers still search the weathered soils, collectors still prize the finest specimens, and geologists continue to study the remarkable intrusion that created them. The hills may appear quiet, the desert may seem timeless, but beneath the surface lies one of Australia's most extraordinary geological discoveries. A gemstone field born from a rare Carbonatite intrusion, a relic of ancient mantle processes, and a demonstration that some of Earth's greatest treasures originate from its strangest rocks. Mud Tank may be small compared to Australia's great mineral provinces, but few localities tell such an extraordinary geological story. A story of rare magmas, rare rocks, and beautiful gemstones hidden in the heart of the Outback. I hope you found this as interesting as I did, and as always, thanks for watching. Before I end this video, I'd like to give a big shout out to my Patreon and YouTube members. Thank you so much to everyone that helps to support this channel.